entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey now everyone, Matt Haywood from entertainmentbuddha.com and the Star Wars Time podcast, here to break down and analyze the first official teaser for Solo, a Star Wars story. Alright, so the previous video I broke down just really the main interesting parts from the Super Bowl spot that aired for Solo, but this one's going to be for the full-on 1 minute and 43 second long teaser that debuted on Monday, February 5th on GMA. So without further ado, let's dive into some Solo time. Alright, so the first shot of the trailer opens up with Han flicking on various controls to what I'm just going to go out and say is probably the Millennium Falcon, probably the first time he is allowed to pilot it. I do not think this is the cockpit of the speeder we're going to see in subsequent scenes. I am going to go out on a limb and say this is Han firing up the Falcon's controls for the first time with him as pilot. Alright, from there we transition into a chase scene, which Han is obviously mixed up in. You can see this is some sort of rectangular shaped speeder that Han is in possession of. And as we'll see in subsequent shots, he's in there with Qi'Ra, who is the name of Emilia Clarke's character. I'm not real sure what their connection is, but it seems like they have known each other for a good part of their lives and will continue to run into each other throughout their adult lives. So this must be them early on, I'm guessing, getting into some sort of trouble. So like I said, Han is in this speeder with Emilia Clarke's character, Qi'Ra, and it looks like they're kind of not too well off, as if they just did something, I wouldn't say heroic, more smuggler-like, more scoundrel-like, more rogue-like. But it seems like this is from an earlier time in their lives, because as we'll see throughout the trailer, Qi'Ra starts to look like she has a lot of wealth, where in here she kind of looks like a ragamuffin like Han. The other thing you should notice, if you look closely on the speeder's rearview mirror, not that it has one, but you'll see the dice. Those are the gold dice that we saw in The Last Jedi that have been hung within the Falcon. So apparently they were not the dice that Han wins the Falcon with. Who knows, but it looks like he already uses them as a rear view mirror hanging decoration in whatever he pilots. So this chase is clearly an important part of the movie. I'm guessing it's going to happen early on. We just get continued shots of this speeder chase. Here's Han looking frantically behind him at what we're going to see in the next shot, which I believe is some sort of new type of stormtrooper. This could be Mimbom, actually, the planet we're on. So like I just mentioned, it looks like Han and Qi'Ra are running from the Empire. I do believe this biker behind Han's speeder is a new form of stormtrooper unit. We're going to see a few more shots that I captured from the trailer, but they got a different helmet, lighter gear. I mean, they're kind of resemblance of the scout troopers in Return of the Jedi, but different helmets, more of the bucket type of helmet that a traditional stormtrooper would wear, but the same lighter type of body armor. Just another continuation shot of the chase. I'm sure they've included this in here to establish early on in the film that Han is a badass pilot. But another reason to look at this shot, if you look on the right, you can get another glimpse of the trooper who is pursuing Han and Qi'Ra. Again, I do believe this is a new trooper unit that has been teased, and it's potentially a Minbom trooper unit. Alright, so this next series of shots just continues this speeder chase with Han. Here you can see he foils the trooper that is pursuing him and tips him up on his bike. He then goes flying through the air because he didn't have a seatbelt on, because bikes don't have seatbelts. As you can see, definitely, this is definitely a stormtrooper of some sort. Who knows their official name? And there he is again. I mean, it kind of looks like a mix of the tank trooper commander from Rogue One, the scout trooper from Return of the Jedi, and a traditional stormtrooper. But it's safe to say that this chase is going to be a huge moment probably early on in the Solo movie. And here's yet one more final shot of this speeder chase. You can get a better shot of the planet they're on. It looks kind of wet, watery. You know, there's an ocean here. It looks like they're on some sort of dock or pier. So who knows? Like I said, I'm guessing this is Minbom, a planet we've been rumored to hear is in this film, along with Corellia and Kessel. So that's the last shot of the chase. Now we're going to get into some more Han Solo as a scoundrel type of shots. So this shot follows the chase scene in which we could hear Hans kind of narrating that he's been running scams since he was 10. He was kicked out of the Imperial Academy for having a mind of his own. So it does seem like, if you watch the Super Bowl teaser, that we're going to see Han apply for the Academy and then soon get kicked out. I don't know how much we'll get to see him as an Imperial. But either way, it switches to this stoic shot, and no, he's not wearing a Wookiee on his back. It's just a pimp fur coat of Han, essentially, again, being narrated, saying he's going to be the best pilot in the galaxy. And it looks like he's on this planet to meet Beckett, who we'll see. That's Woody Harrelson's character's mentor. We'll see that in a few subsequent shots. So the next two shots, we get our first glimpses of the Falcon, which, let's be honest, looks brand spanking new. Here's a corridor. Look, the walls aren't all tinted yellow and dirty looking yet. Then we get to see Han and all of the Falcon. I do not believe he's in possession of the Falcon during this exact shot. I believe this is him meeting up with other scoundrels, which include at least Lando, because we saw a shot of him in this cave area from the Super Bowl tease. So just back-to-back shots of the Falcon with Solo talking about how he's going to be the greatest pilot in the galaxy. Perfection. All right, in this shot, we get to see Han and, I'm guessing, Qi'Ra walking on some big sandy beach planet towards the coast, and it appears they're going to meet with Beckett, because he shows up in the next shot, and this is where he essentially offers Han a spot in his crew. All right, so we get this shot next after Beckett says he's putting together a crew, which implies that Qi'Ra is going to be in Han's crew, but like I said, it seems like they already know each other. And now she's wearing this kind of more regal-looking dress. It actually looks like some of these people that Han's going to be fighting. So I don't really know what's going on here, but I would like to note, I'm pretty damn sure that is the Millennium Falcon she's getting out of. So I'm not sure if Qi'Ra's the one that owns the Falcon at this point, or Lando. Who knows? But it's Beckett is putting together a crew of scoundrels. He wants Han in it. He wants Qi'Ra in it. And as we're going to see in the next few shots, some of the other iconic characters from Star Wars past that are going to be in it too. And those include Lando Calrissian in his pimp shirt and tie thing kind of hanging from his neck. As well as who, I believe this is Thandie Newton. Not sure who her character is, but she looks pissed. She's got an afro, so I wouldn't mess with her. Plus, she also has some sort of sniper laser rifle. And then finally, this guy. Not sure if he has an official name yet, but he has 4 arms and he looks like a pimp. So I bet he's a good pilot, or at least a great gunner. But these all appear to be characters that are going to be joining Beckett's crew for some sort of big mission. So we're going to get a shot of Han standing in some sort of seedy location, which makes sense. Could be a cantina of sorts. Who knows? He's probably looking for another shady person or a scoundrel or a rogue. I would like to think that maybe Jabba's involved in this location, or maybe we'll see some other bounty hunters like Greedo or Boba. But it doesn't surprise me at all that we see Han in a seedy location. All right, we get our first full frontal shot of Chewie, and notice he's got a different looking bandolier across his chest. It's not just a single, he's got a double, Rambo style. The whole point of this scene is essentially Beckett was asking Han what Chewie just blah, and he explained, we're in. So clearly Han and Chewie are a thing before they meet Beckett, and they join Beckett's little squad willingly together. All right, in this shot, there's a few awesome things going on here. First off, you got to recognize the robot and human pimp wave here. That's awesome. Totally Lando. You also have to recognize that Lando is piloting the Falcon here, with this robot being his co-pilot, so clearly he's in control. But we just saw this robot with Qi'Ra from a few shots ago. So I'm starting to think that Lando and Qi'Ra are hooked up together. Maybe not dating, but definitely in leagues, or they have something to do with the Falcon, damn it. I don't know, but I love this scene. I love Lando looking over at the robot co-pilot, essentially going, you pimp, I'm a pimp, we pimps. Alright, so this shot does at least confirm at this point in the movie, whenever this scene takes place, that Han is not the pilot of the Falcon. It is clearly Lando and his robot buddy. So it's very interesting. I mean, this trailer is edited in a way where I cannot really stitch the timelines together at all. I have no clue if Han and Qi'Ra have known each other their whole lives, or if she changes, or if she becomes imperialistic or something. I don't know. But they're all tied together, and they're all tied together, it seems like, through the Falcon and Beckett. So here we go to a more upscale type of party location. This definitely isn't where you typically find smugglers at, so I'm assuming this might be the Mark, or the area that Beckett and his gang, that includes Han, Chewie, Lando, and maybe Qi'Ra, are looking to take out. But as we'll see in the next scene, here's Qi'Ra again, and she looks completely different. Again, she kind of looks highfalutin. She's not wearing that kind of capey looking thing that we see her a few scenes back where, you know, Beckett was introducing his crew. So this girl, to me, is the most mysterious part of this movie at this point in time. Next few shots are all of some sort of standoff between Han and this character who was featured in the Super Bowl ad, if you check out that breakdown. But this character, again, if you look, kind of wearing similar garb to what Qi'Ra is wearing when Beckett was introducing his team. I'm not sure if they're the same person or if she's affiliated with them, but they look like badasses. They look like people that Han doesn't want to mess with. So I'm assuming this may be one of the big antagonists of the film. Who may be Qi'Ra? I don't know. But this person and their faction of Mad Max Galaxy-type warriors definitely don't seem to be fans of Han and probably Beckett and the rest of the crew. The trailer shifts into just a bunch of action cuts real quick, but we get a voiceover from Qi'Ra, who's Emilia Clarke's character again, speaking to Han, essentially saying, none of these people really know you the way I do. I know who you truly are. So as I've been hinting, I do believe Qi'Ra and Han have known each other for a long, long time, and their paths might have split where she kind of went towards the highfalutin type of society, and he, of course, goes to the smuggler, scoundrel side of things. But this shot here is just a cool little action shot. No, it's not Darth Vader in a dumb helmet. It's just, who knows, it's someone beating up droids. Like I said, we just have a bunch of action cuts right now, shots here. This looks like the droid who's either Lando's co-pilot, Qi'Ra's co-pilot, the built-in co-pilot of the Falcon. I have a feeling this droid's going to become popular. Maybe not R2, BB-8, C-3PO level, but I think he will kind of be in the K2SO range depending on his personality, because he's clearly been featured a lot in this trailer for Solo. Again, another action shot, and this is Han piloting this thing, and this could be the end of the movie. I'm thinking this might be the score that Beckett created this team for, and Han clearly is their pilot. So he's getting away. It looks like they're dragging something. Or this could be early in the movie, and this is Han getting away and saving Chewie. He could be in that pod behind this thing. I don't know. Like I said, this trailer was edited in a way that it's hard to really get any sort of clear timeline of events. As I mentioned earlier, while these action moments are popping up, we're hearing Qi'Ra talk to Han, essentially saying, I know who you really are, and this is just kind of the money shot to pay off on that. So these two are definitely familiar with each other. I don't know, did they grow up together? Who knows? But I'm pretty sure they're going to be two main characters in Solo. Duh, the one is Han, idiot. But Qi'Ra, I think, is huge, even more so, probably going to get more screen time than Lando. We go back to Han piloting that ship that we saw a few scenes ago, and it transitions into another action scene of him piloting a ship. So really this just to show Han is the pilot. He's a badass pilot. He's going to be the pilot of this scoundrel group, and they're clearly messing stuff up and getting away with something big. Is it Chewie? Is it the ultimate score? I don't know, but Han is definitely going to be the pilot that gets him out of a hairy situation. Trailer transitions back to another shot of Qi'Ra and Han talking in this tent of some sorts, and this is just Han kind of responding to her question that she knows who he really is, and he's like, well, wait, what? So he's kind of caught off guard. I'm sure she's going to tell him that he's a good guy, but he always thinks he's a bum, and that kind of carries through with the character all the way up till we meet him in the old trilogy. Always plays a hard ass, but deep down you know he's got a soft spot in his heart for doing the right thing. Alright, the trailer now transitions into another set of action shots, and this time it is of the Falcon with its crew escaping this badass Star Destroyer that is coming through this some sort of cyclone tornado type of deal. Here we can see a new version of the TIE Fighter. As you can see, it's got the pilot cockpit, but then to the side of it there's an additional gun, so that appears to be a new model of TIE. I love the look of this segment completely. It's by far the best looking shot scene we've seen in the trailer yet. It just looks badass, and I think this is going to be a fantastic chase scene featuring Han piloting the Falcon. And yes, Han is flying the Falcon. As you can see, Chewie's in his familiar co-pilot seat, and then the next shot of the trailer transitions and gives us a shot of who's piloting the Falcon, and lo and behold, it is Han. So I'm not sure if this is Han now is in possession of the ship, or if they're just in deep crap and they needed his piloting skills to get out of it, which I'm assuming it's the latter. But who knows? Like I said, the timeline is very hard to predict based on the way this trailer was edited. But it's clear from these two shots that Han is now piloting the Falcon, and he's trying to get it out of a very, very, very dangerous and sticky situation involving the Empire. Alright, so this trailer closes out with a vintage Han reaction. So right here, after he pulls off that daring escape from the Empire, he's like, hey, you know, I got this, I'm Han, I'm awesome, which to me was just vintage Han. But as usual, when Han gets cocky like this, he's quickly reminded by his compatriots that they're not out of the woods yet, as they realize and they start to scream out in fear like Lando does here, that while they've evaded the Empire, they have some sort of massive space beast to get away from. So Han is not out of the woods yet, and he's going to need all of his piloting skills to get past this electric-inducing space squid thing. That's what I'll call it. And that's pretty much where the trailer ends. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the breakdown and analysis of the first full teaser for Solo, a Star Wars story. I'm Matt Haywood signing off for entertainmentboo.com, as well as the Star Wars Time podcast, where we will be going into this trailer in even more detail. So please subscribe through iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Android, RSS feeds, however you consume your podcast. We will be there for you. May the Force be with you, always.
entertainmentbuddha.com